we've got some people. That's exciting. They're pouring in. Are you all seeing, by the way, I'll just ask you quickly, are you all seeing the horrible stretched image of me that I'm seeing here on my screen? I mean, I look fine here on the front camera of my phone, but here on the computer, not looking great. But it'll do. It'll have to do. The fake background. Everyone's starting, are they? They're starting with the fake background. This is going to be a long evening. Actually, I don't know how long it's going to be. We've got people staying, and I've got a couple of hours to try and squeeze a video in. Maybe. I might only have 20 minutes. God knows. God knows what's going to happen. But we shall see. I've been abandoning the comments for the last couple of days. Normally I do read all the comments and I don't take anything personally. It's not like I'm obsessed, but I do like to read them. Can you all hear me? You can all hear me, right? Where's the dog? The dog is gone. He's out. He's at a show jumping competition. Like everybody else. I'm going to be reading through some comments here and, I'm going to see if we agree with them. There's some people giving me some real hard time in the comments, which, as I say, doesn't bother me in any way. Yeah. Anyone wants to chime in here with some super thanks? That would be, that would be fine. But we're going to take a look at other people's opinions of my last couple of videos. Let's see if I can get this all set up. Reading comments and the chat. That's pretty avant-garde, I would say. Let's see if I can hear myself here. Yeah, that sounded pretty good. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. That's more or less. This is working. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Let's just get into the comments that I've seen on my recent video. So I don't know if you've all seen my last video about Miss Bonnie Blue. And I don't know, there's some mixed feelings in there. And I think a few people seem to think that if I make a video about it, I'm just as bad as Bonnie Blue. Am I? Am I really? I think some of you need to go away and see what Bonnie Blue is doing, as I did in my thorough research, and then come back and tell me if you think what I'm doing is just as bad. All right? Because believe me, it isn't. Not even close. All right. Okay, let's have a look at this comment here. This is one of the most recent comments. I'm going through them in sort of the most recent. Let's see how many I can get through here. I don't know. So a guy says here, Stewie P. Pig, says that these men that are partaking in this demonic ritual have no idea of the irreparable damage they're doing to themselves. Gentlemen, please have some self-respect. Again, I would advise people to go away and see these videos for themselves. They're on Twitter, a lot of them, X. The guys that are lining up, now there's a mixed bag. There's either 18-year-old virgins who, they don't know what they're doing, okay? They're all wearing balaclavas and ski masks. So there's some anonymity, I guess. There's a mixture of these incel little, like, virgin young men. But the vast majority of the people who are lining up for Bonnie Blue, they're beyond the pale. All right? There's no saving them. They're not doing irreparable damage. The damage is already done. These are sociopaths. These are antisocial people, scary looking guys, you know. The balaclava looks too good on them. We've got a super thanks here. Hot damn, Danny boy, in Oz. Happy to catch up with you live. Yeah, it's a rare event. When was the last time I did a live? I don't know. What do you think? I don't think these people who are lining up are doing damage to themselves. I think they're already either they're all. I don't know. The young guys. I mean, is it worse than going to a pro in Amsterdam? Is that worse? I mean, I guess it's being filmed, I guess it's public, but these people remain anonymous still. It's more demonic to me. It's more disgusting. I think that should be illegalized. What Bonnie Blue's doing should be illegalized before what's happening in Amsterdam is illegalized, or some horrid back street, or just on the main high street here in where I live. Wow. There's a Moulin Rouge round the corner from me. It's not quite as classy as the Paris Moulin Rouge, but yeah, basically that was one of the first things that surprised me when I came to Spain. Just sex everywhere in bright neon lights. Anyway, we're not getting through any of these comments. And I'm seeing some of you in the chats going on about my green screen. It's not a green screen. You're going to see it getting dark. That'll be the trick. If I'm on here long enough, okay. If it's worth my while to be on here long enough, we'll see. Damien White says he would rather teabag a bear trap. Okay, good. All right, let's see if we can find any other interesting comments. Okay, somebody asking if I live in Chile. Oh, God, that's a really big one I've been getting over the last few days. Sylvia, it's not a super chat, but I've got to answer you. If that were a green screen, it would look better than that. Oh, all right. Clever clogs. Yeah, people going on about my flat cushions and stuff. As if a green screen would have flat cushions, all creased and everything. Anyway. Oh, yeah. A lot of people going on about me saying Chile in my videos about Pedro Pascal, right? And they don't get it. People actually arguing with me in the comments, which I haven't been responding to over the last couple of days on doctor's advice. People actually don't get it. Do you, if you are speaking with a perfect American accent like Pedro Pascal does, because that's basically where he grew up, why would you pronounce your home country that perfectly? I mean, Mexican people, you don't get Mexican Americans, I don't think. Maybe, well, yeah, you probably do, and it's equally annoying. Going, oh yeah, when I went to visit my abuelos in Mexico, right? Why would they do that? I gave the example of Loctite and Vaporu here in Spain. I have to say those English brands with a Spanish accent. And I do the same thing. I don't say I'm from Sheffield. I say I'm from Sheffield, right? Because they'll have heard of that. That'll ring a bell. Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, right? They know the football teams. You gotta be understanding of the American audience. Chile is fine, right? If he's going, I was born in Chile, right? A little bit, but Chile. No, sorry, not Chile. We got a good super thanks there from Bill Jacobson. Thank you very much, but no question. All right, just feeling generous today, Bill. Thank you very much for that. Okay. So that's the Chile thing. I've got people really getting on at me about that. And I'm not really sure why. I don't think people get it. And I think I might have to insist a little bit more. I don't think I'm getting through to you. Let me explain. Okay. Yeah, and here's the other thing. And yet people are still talking about her, everyone's saying here. Oh, and yet people are so... Yeah, because it's kind of newsworthy. I think people should be speaking about her. I think people should be talking about Bonnie Blue. I think it should be alarming to everybody. I don't want to be, I'm not losing sleep over it, but I think it should be like, fuck, like, what have we come to? How is this happening? The 1,000 men, 1,000's too much. I remember making a video, a year ago, about 100, with the other Nottinghamshire lass, the other what's her name? Lily Phillips. We got a super thanks here. So it says, my Mexican wife says it with the actual X when speaking English. The actual X, not that stupid fake X. Just a virtue signal with the accenting. Great special effects on the background. You think you're so funny, don't you, all of you? Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like if I was saying England to people here, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it just be the same? If you get French people who speak a pretty good English and then they say they're from France or Paris, it's just, it's arsey. Chile. What are you doing? Grow up. And that's another thing I kind of hate. It's like, yes, all right. There's some bandwagon jumping and commenting on Pedro Pascal, but I think I gave him quite a fair run of things. I give people a way out in my videos. It's not all doom and gloom. He can say Chile, but I can also think, you know what? Maybe his social anxiety is real. I don't know. Who knows? We've got a message here from Jackie. Jackie, does that say Jackie Blue? No relation, I hope. What have we got here? Hang on a sec. I'll work this out. You are truly a gift. You're brilliant, and funny rants can make the end of an average day delightful. From the Midwest in the US, my husband is aware of my crush and is fine with it. That's always nice to hear. I'm glad, Jackie, that you're enjoying the videos. And I'm enjoying making them, I have to say, lately. I don't know why. We went through a rough patch there, trying to get out of the Harry and Meghan stuff. That was, what do people say? That was my Vietnam or something. It was rough. But I am enjoying talking shit about people online. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's see what else we've got here. Right, she makes me want to throw up. It's great, all the love that I'm putting out in the world, isn't it? I know it's weird, but I'm anti-prawn as I get older, as I'm sick of this degenerate behavior. Well, that will be the testosterone going down. In fact, is that a man? Can't really see the Frostfire. I'm sorry, I can't really see. Your profile pic's too small here. Yeah. And just sort of concerned for the world, I guess. I mean, porn is one thing. I didn't say that. Do not demonetize. Prawn is one thing. Bonnie Blue's a whole other kettle of human. It's something the likes of which, it's one of those, is this what people call a self-fulfilling prophecy? Probably not. But it's kind of like, if you can imagine it would happen, it's going to happen. And I think that's a self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it? If I remember correctly. Is it Murphy's Law? Sod's Law. She's a sod. Okay. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh boy. This computer, Ooh, it's a very slow one. Let's go down. Let's see what we've got. Uh-oh. Loading. I don't like that. Ooh, some comments on my Wakanda video from the other day. Ooh, that landed me in some hot water. Some black people are making content about me on Rumble, and I don't like those rumblings. I don't trust Rumble. That's some real basement stuff. Base. I saw some some videos about me. I don't think they get it, honestly. There's a YouTube video as well. A guy just made an 1.5 hour long rant about my Wakanda video. Whereas, you know, it is more to do with the double standards of the media, really. That's what it was really about. It wasn't just a load of cheap puns about black people. Hey, look, I'm here doing what I can, okay? Hey, my messages are getting stopped. What's going on here? Let's see. Okay, all right. All right. I don't think I've missed anything, have I, important? Yeah, people commenting on that as well. I think I got a little bit of a stick for that Wakanda video because of the comments. So if anything, it was your fault. Really? You need to be more careful. Okay, you need to be more like me. Suggest things. You know, don't say them directly. And people start making these really damning videos about me in the darkest corners of rumble.com. Okay. All right, let's take a look at some other comments that I didn't respond to. Okay, so this is another take, and this seems to be a take on all of my videos, frankly. Men just jealous because they would not get away with being touchy because they ain't cute like Pedro. The thing is, it's not because he's cute, it's because he's gay. That's why he can do it. I don't know. I don't like touchy people. I mean, I don't have a problem with it per se, but it's people are too. And I've got to say as well with the Pedro thing, the woman, what's her name, Kirby, Vanessa Kirby, she's worse than him. She's worse than him, I would say. He does the little arm things and whatever and his weird kooky behavior, which, you know, you can buy it or not buy it. She's like massaging his neck and like really, you know, intertwining her fingers with his. Yeah, they're both weird. And that's very weird if you're pregnant and in a relationship. I don't know which order that should go in, but I find her creepier. I like the other two. The other two are pretty cool. Well, in a couple of clips I showed, they were kind of cool. All right? Cooler than the other two. Here again, somebody saying, she is making bank and you are helping, talking about my Bonnie Blue video. Again, have you got any idea how much she's making? I mean, it's millions. It really, that you're not going to make a dent in her reputation by doing. I think. How can I justify my jumping on the Bonnie Blue bandwagon? How can I justify? I'm trying to make money. All right. That's not what you're supposed to say, Danny. No. But I think it's probably important to look at what's going on, talk about it. And also warn other young women that that's mental, and that like 2 or 3 of them get away with it and become millionaires like Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips. And we saw what happened to Lily Phillips after just 100 men crying with... I think that was my most depressing video ever, the Lily Phillips 100 men in 24 hours. Because she wasn't cheating like Bonnie Blue. She was she was going to completion. Right? That was dark. Very dark. And I think talking about it, I think, I don't know. I don't know what you can do. Wasn't Elon, by the way, supposed to get rid of all of that type of content, which I cannot name, off of X? Wasn't he going to purge it all? It's all there. Every time I open X, if I click on something, it's even slightly baity, they catch me every now and again, and all the comments filled with gaping holes. Somebody here, who have we got? We've got a couple of super thanks. MBB says, he and his brother, how dare you? You on about Pedro? His sister, I think you'll find, are both deviants. IMO. Yeah. I guess, oh God. It's just too typical, isn't it? Millionaire families who are kind of artsy and left-wing and whatever, and they've got this big prancing 50-year-old man as one of their sons, and then this other son who's no longer a son. It's just a cliche. That's my real problem with it. So contrived. What else have we got here? Somebody else has got a question or something. I will say, so who's this? Mom Interrupted. I will say your Bonnie Blue video has entirely effed my algorithm. That's not the only thing she's effed. It's entirely effed my algorithm, but I love you anyway. More Enya montages. Yeah, I was overdoing it with the Enya montages, though. Even I was getting sick of Enya. And I was getting more sick of answering everybody's question. Song title, please. What's that app you all use to find songs? Fuzzy, Wuzzy, Sprizzy, Fazzy, something like that. That app you all use to find the song name, and none of you could find the Enya song. I slowed it down. It's Enya 1 by 1, slowed down to 0.8 speed. Okay? That way I don't get copyrighted. But we cannot overuse Enya. Okay? Enya's for special occasions. Christmas. Easter. There's something it really is a religious experience every now and again, though, to listen to those 5 or 6 Enya songs that are really good. That sound, that haunting. I really love it. But then it does kind of, it can grate, can't it? Let's see, what else have we got here? Yeah. So somebody makes a great point here about I'm seeing the video titles. Smelly fish. Bonnie Blue. She'll be on Soft White Underbelly in a few years, telling us Skid Row isn't that bad. Soft White Underbelly, that's a strange one. That guy, why is he hanging around with all those druggies and trannies? And I don't know if you've all seen Soft White Underbelly. Very strange. He had Chris D'Elia on. That's worse than any prosy he's had on. Chris D'Elia. Ugh. That's what I think about Chris D'Elia. Anyway, what else have we got? Let's see some more comments. If I can click. Yeah, this is another good one where people just don't get that anything's a joke. And this is actually quite cathartic for me. You know, reading the comments to you guys rather than sitting alone in the dark at 2 a.m. with insomnia, you know, and thinking of my brutal replies. This guy here on my Will Smith video that I made a couple of weeks ago. Get over yourself with the brutal assault crap. The man has lost his mind, but so have you making this video. You are a child. Well, I'm glad he thinks I'm a child, because most of the comments on that video were, God, you look older than Will Smith. What are you, 50? So thank you for calling me a child. Now, I said that it was a brutal assault, his brutal assault, and then laughed as I said, a brutal assault on Chris Rock. Of course it wasn't a brutal assault, it was a slap. It's like, people, do you not understand that I take nothing seriously? We got another super thanks here. Just joined to ask if that was a green screen behind you. I will show you once and for all. I mean, part of me doesn't want to show that it's not a green screen because it's kind of funny that you all think it's a green screen. Now that's some advanced green screen technology, right? Haha, as you all say in the comments. All right. I hope that puts that one to bed. Okay, you rascals. 3D green screen, there we go. Yes. All right. What have we got? What else? Yeah, this is one. So we got another super thanks from MBB. Very generous here tonight. That's the second one. I think BB will come out, Bonnie Blue will come out as a man, and then they'll all be jumping off bridges in horror at their mistake. I don't think they'll be jumping off bridges. I don't get that. Why does she... Do people really think she's a man? She doesn't look man. I mean, again, watch the videos. Okay? It's pretty convincing. If that's a man, fool me. You fooled me. I've never seen a man do that. And I never want to. Anyway, what else have we got? Let's go down. Some more comments. Okay, here's one that divided opinion a little bit. So it says, I don't like Andrew Gold. I find him disingenuous. What are we thinking about Andrew Gold? Because a part of me wants to hate him, because I just feel like that about everyone. But I don't know. I actually find that sort of inoffensive, yes, Louis Theroux-esque vibe he gives off. I want to find it really annoying, but then I do find he does ask some pretty good questions. You know, I haven't watched tons of his interviews, but what I've seen isn't bad. You know, and I did have a little bit of projection with him because he was kind of caught in the Harry and Meghan stuff. I think he got sacked by the BBC and he was just looking to get clickbait any way he could. And I remember a couple of years ago, he was struggling for views. And every now and again, he'd do a Harry and Meghan video. And I could just see right through that. And it really kind of annoyed me because that was basically what I was doing. So I don't know. What do you all think of Andrew Gold? I think he's quite good at interviewing. And then everyone's going on about him being a sleeper agent for the left or something now. I don't know. Dan Wootton's got into a big battle with him. And he said he's going to sue him, didn't he? That's a very Goldstein move. Don't start, by the way. Okay? That's enough of that. With you. Every time I make a joke. It's just a little joke. I don't know what's going on with Dan Wootton and Andrew Gold. I couldn't care less about people's politics and crap. You know, it's just the way they are. I quite enjoy his accidental partridge moments. You know? And I've kind of lost touch with Dan Wootton. He's gone off my radar. Because GB News, I hated that after a while. And then he got sacked, and so you're supposed to like him because he's anti-GB News, him and Lawrence Fox. But I don't know, that whole group, they're all kind of in that Harry and Meghan thing, and anything that reminds me of that period just kind of, you know? Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous day. People behaving as if they've never seen a pros. In 3, 2, 1. By the way, stop with your comments. In 3, 2, 1. It's not 2014, pal. Okay. It's not the same. I mean, how many times do we have to say this? It's not the same. Some back alley brothel. It's not the same as a woman advertising to 1,000 men and then millions of kids seeing it on X. Like, how obvious is that? Do I really need to say that 50 times? It's crazy. It's crazy that you think that that's just the same as some poor slave. It's just not the same at all. Come on. Oh yeah, that was another take as well, because I said in the video that I'm not totally against some control on the internet. I didn't look. Do you think me, little sweet innocent me, I'm going to be pro Keir Starmer putting everyone in prison for nasty tweets? No, idiots. I think there has to be some way. Well, I guess, yeah, you can put parental controls on all the devices and stuff, but I just think that that places like YouTube and Rumble and all of that, they manage to keep all of the adult content off, so why can't X? That's not a crazy thing to think. Somebody needs to intervene there. Right? It's not, I can't upload that shit to YouTube. You can't do it. You wouldn't get away with it. So why is it all over X? I don't know how these things work, but no, obviously that doesn't mean that. Yeah, I'm cheering on Keir Starmer throwing people in prison. What the? Oh God! Yeah. All right. Here's a comment that I'm going to have to address because a few people have mentioned it now, and yeah, if I don't, it would be very cowardly. So people talking about my Virginia Giuffre video a few months ago. Now, it was made about a month before she died, I think. And I went back and looked at it. And I thought, if I delete it, it makes it sound like I'm admitting that anything I said there wasn't accurate based on the information that was there. She was being very weird and histrionic, and then, unfortunately, what happened happened. And I'm very sorry about that, but yeah, it was just a very strange coincidence. Nothing to do with me. There, I've addressed that pretty well, I'd say. I got out of that drama. Okay. Who the fuck are you to tell people to retire? You're a nobody. Well, it's just a joke. I'm telling Will Smith to retire. On my thumbnail, retire, please. Just a little joke. All right? No need to call me a nobody. Bit harsh. Let's see, what else have we got? See if we can find any more dissenting comments. What an annoying idiot. I think that's aimed at me. Yeah, this is something I won't accept. If you don't like her, ignore her. This moralizing is getting boring now. There are far worse prom stars out there, and yet they never get the same attention. Are there? I'd like to see these ones that are worse than Bonnie Blue. What are you talking about? There's worse ones. Where? I've looked. There is nothing worse than what she's doing. Certainly not on the same scale. There couldn't be. What, is there someone doing 1 million in a day? What are you talking about? All the same channels doing the same thing. No, just because we talk about the same topics doesn't mean we all have the same funny quips and clips and and frankly nuanced and balanced takes. You know. Hola, Daniel. Love your channel. Leo the dog. Or should I say your producer, especially him. Yeah. He's not here today, my producer. What else have we got? Oh yeah, this was another comment that we got a lot of on the last video. Me and my team. I'm like copying other people. Who do I think I am? Yeah, this was a comment I got quite a lot of. Everyone focuses on Bonnie Blue. Why aren't they focusing on all the men who are willing to do that with her? Yeah, I mean, fair enough. But boys will be boys. Nah, look, I mentioned them earlier, by the way, if you didn't hear me. Um, yeah, they're beyond the pale. They're disgusting. They're scum, and there's nothing to be done with them, as far as I can tell. We've got visitors. No, I haven't. Give me a little while, and you can come back in. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got the other one. You got the other room. Okay. Mystified says, I love your content. You're hilarious. Well, that's what I've been telling everyone. See, this is the problem with the Wakanda video. We got lots of comments, not even one mud igloo. Now, I didn't make any comments like that, you know, and that's the problem. It's the people who watch me, the quality of people who are watching me. You need to do better. Fue a casa de Abu, que fue a casa de Isabel. Whoa, we jumped through about 50 comments there. Hang on, I've missed a lot. So glad my parents raised me a massive prude. Yeah, that's the thing people call me in the comments quite a lot, that I'm a massive prude. I don't think I'm a prude. Am I a prude? Define prude, please. I don't know. It's not like I have an enormous problem with anyone mentioning anything to do with sex ever. I'm not insane. All right. What I do have is an aversion to people who are clearly desperate to talk about it all the time. Do you know? And when people start getting specific, I don't mind people telling me that they slept with someone. I'm like, get out. You know, it's just when they, the details. I don't need that ever, unless it's something really funny. I've heard a few funny stories that are worth the details, but very few and far between. All right. The vast majority of that kind of talk troubles me a lot. I don't think that is being a prude. And that's another thing as well. I think, do men or women do this more? Sit around talking about sex? I don't think I've ever done that with men. Not much. Who's doing it? And again, it's not like because that's another thing people say. It's a sexist thing. You don't want women to be. I don't know what I don't want, but that they'll say that. Oh no, it offends you when women talk about. Yeah, that was another thing with the Charlize Theron video. People saying, "Oh, what? You don't like women talking about orgasms?" No, I don't. Of course. The same way when a male friend talks about that, I'm shutting down. You know, I'm not into it. Your voice is annoying and your opinions stink. Garbage content. That's from somebody who's a little annoyed about my Pedro Pascal takes, apparently. Whoa, people getting their messages restricted. For every one Bonnie Blue, says B Maximus, for every one Bonnie Blue, there are 1,000 men who are more or just as nasty. Mansplain your way out of that. What did she call me? Danny. No, nothing. Yeah, is that true? Are there 1,000? Are there 1,000 men who are just as bad? I don't think there are many humans who are as bad as Bonnie Blue. Again, to know what I'm talking about here, you would have to have done the same research as me. I can't understand the mindset. I can't believe, honestly, that there are that many men that would go and partake in the things that she does. But yeah, obviously. 1,000 men for every one event. I get it. Yeah, she's the one woman. But she's the one initiating it all. It is kind of amazing that you can find 1,000 men. Numbers are mind-boggling. Somebody said today there's 80,000 phone thefts a year in London. They've got those purple stickers on the pavement now, saying "Mind you." What does it say? Mind the grab. To go with those peace bollards. So there's clearly a lot of problems in society, is what I'm saying. But yeah. I see some of your comments are getting restricted here in the chat. Somebody, I'm reading some of the chat messages here, but no, I can't do that. There's another one. I don't know what just reminded me of that. One of the comments here. Bonnie Blue. I wanted to put more clips of Basic Instinct in there, but I couldn't really work them in. I was thinking of putting in the thumbnail some sort of play on words with Basic Instinct. That's just how in touch I am with what's cool and what's hit now. I was thinking maybe I could put basic bitch stink or something, but nothing was quite working. But it's mainly not just because I think she thinks she is like Sharon Stone in that film, like, this cold exterior, like making all the men uncomfortable. I've just recently seen Basic Instinct, is what I'm trying to say. And what a stupid film. Ridiculous. Very fun, though. I wish they made fun films like that now. Maybe they do. Why was he so obsessed with Sharon Stone when he could have had Jean Triplehorn? Jean Triplehorn. Woo! I liked her. However, I do feel that if we had ever met, you know, if our ages had coincided, which they don't, by the way, for anyone saying I'm like 50 years old again. I think, you know, never the twain, what's the saying? Basically, I don't think I and Miss Triplehorn could have, our offspring, I'm saying our eyes are both kind of far apart. We would have produced offspring more bovine than human. 360 vision. Go and look at a photo of her, though. She was pretty hot. She does kind of look like Simon Armstrong, though. A very hot Simon Armstrong. Hotter. Hang on, I missed a couple of questions here, I think, with my daydreaming about Miss Triplehorn. I'm paying for a modicum of validation, Daniel. Yes, okay, Brock Lichty. And what else do we have? Somebody else has asked me something down here. Super chats. Tyler Kent, you're the best on YouTube. Well, I think Mr. Algorithm wouldn't agree with that, but you're the best on YouTube. Great to see you get out there with Charlie. Well, that divided some people, didn't it? Don't be so hard on yourself. All right, this isn't a struggle session. I'm not really hard on myself. I'm a really easygoing, fun, get out and about, Jack the lad. Everything's fine. Nothing affects me. Okay. Also, I'm an underrepresented DB fan group, a straight male. We got loads of stuff. Do you know, that's the funny thing. We're loud and we're proud, Danny, he says. Tyler Kent. Look, I've turned my demographic around. It's mostly men now, which means I'm having to deal with all of the nasty comments. But I willed this into existence, you know? I was sick of the Harry and Meghan stuff, that echo chamber. Which I've got to say, I'm shitting on all of that stuff. Some of those videos were shit, but some of it was really fun. They were really fun to make videos about, especially the archetypes, Meghan's podcast. I really did genuinely enjoy making those videos. The point is, loads of straight men watch me, Tyler. All right? I am what they could be. A freaking YouTube baller. The best, as you say. Anyway. Okay, somebody says that Bonnie Blue's clunge is like a clown's pocket. Lots of puns in that department. What else have we got in here? Oh, yeah, this is one that's really surprised me, by the way. Tupac was zesty. That's what everyone says instead of camp now, isn't it? Tupac was zesty. Damn, man. Kind of wish I never saw that. Right? Is what some guy said here on my Will Smith video. I couldn't believe how many people wrote stuff like that in the comments, that they hadn't seen that video of Tupac. It's like 40 minutes long. It's like 40-something minutes long. It's on YouTube. And it's of him when he's 17. Now, that divided people again. I'm a very divisive character. Because some people are saying he was 17. Weren't you completely gay when you were 17? No. No, I wasn't. I wasn't sat there with the hand gestures that I think I'm like my mom. I think I'm most like my mom because we're both arrogant. Okay? We're both really arrogant. I jumped up on my soapbox, lit up my cigarette, put on my leather jacket. That wasn't me at 17. I was getting into bar brawls and doing all that stuff. I was basically Oliver Reed until my wife managed to tame me at 19. Yeah, that's what's going on. But yeah, I couldn't believe how many people hadn't seen that video of Tupac. And then I was thinking of making a follow-up video because so many people were angry at me for showing that clip. But you can see how his personality developed over the years, and he's morphed into this gangster figure. He did genuinely start hanging around with gangsters and stuff like that. And it's really interesting because he ended up getting killed because he believed his own bullshit. That wasn't his life. He wasn't a dealer. He wasn't a gangster. He wasn't anything like that. He was a theater kid. And I said all of this, and then I started looking at all these videos, and I found another video of a guy saying the exact same thing that I said. I don't know if I said it in my video now either as well, that he was a method actor. He was just a pure method actor. I think I said that and then edited it out. And then I saw a guy saying that exact same thing. So then I couldn't say it, which was really annoying. But I'm saying it now. Tupac was a method actor who got so into the role and started dressing like a gangster with the bandana and the low pants and all those things the gangsters wear, you know. And he ended up paying for it with his life. So there you go, kids. Don't be like Tupac. Don't be like Bonnie Blue. What else have we got down here? I cannot control anything here. All right. Sifting. Okay, we've got a super thanks here. Hello from Laguna Beach, California. Never catch much about you personally or your beautiful family. I'm sure that is understandably intentional, but I am curious. Love yourself. Deprecating humor. Okay, thank you, Stacy. Yeah, well, my son actually just walked in and I said, get the fuck. That's his Friday night. His father just glaring at him through the glass. It's okay. He's got plenty of screens. I'll be off here in a while. We've had a lovely day today. You know, we went to the show jumping. Yesterday we swam in the sea. All right. We got an ice cream. And yeah, I'm just taking a couple of hours off for me, all right? And for you guys, you're welcome. I say a couple of hours. Oh, there's another comment here. 2 packs of sugar. People liked my pun about 2 packs Shakur. Not enough people liked that. 2 packs of sugar in his tank top. He was wearing a tank top. Oh, God. That was gold. What's the topic? People asking. There is no topic, by the way. I am just reading through comments. Sorry. That's like a big issue for any of you. You're more than welcome to chime in at any point. Like some very generous people have. I'm reading you all, by the way. I'm reading the comments from my videos. I'm reading the chat. I am I'm in control. Sylvia making remarks again. I see you. My family are very happy to answer the question from Stacey. My wife and daughter are away with the horses down the road, and I'm here in my apartment having the time of my freaking life. Aren't we all? Aren't you all having the time of your lives? This is how all lives should be, you know? Just a guy reading some comments. In what are we on? Is this 4K or 8K? Come on. Come on, I'm normally seeing so much stuff giving me shit in these comments. Where are they? Come on. Come on. Oh, here's a question, by the way. I'm just reading through some comments to see if there's anything interesting. Up your game, by the way. Not the people in the chat. You're doing great. Talking about the video comments, mostly just agreeing with me. Do we know Renee Rapp? Because that's a video I want to make. Thank you to MDF there for the super thanks. Do we know Renee Rapp, the actress? Because I've got a whole video on her prepared, but it is the Call Me Daddy podcast again. So we're going to have to sit through Alex Cooper's like, you know? So it's your call. It's not your call. I make the decisions here. All right? But I feel like Renee Rapp is one of those, will it be successful? Will it be a good video? I'll have to discuss it with my team. Patrick Wigington, found you from Redbar, the funniest guy on the internet. You really are a heavy hitter. You found me from Redbar. That's crazy. I thought a lot of people found Redbar through me. Look, Redbar, this is a really strange one. I really, really like Redbar. I'm a big fan. And I'd only been watching for a couple of weeks, I think, before somebody sent him a clip, I guess, of me mentioning him in one of my videos. Just right at the end of one of my videos, I just said, my aim is to be Mike David from Redbar Radio or something like that. And then he got hold of the clip. And that was it. But I don't feel like I would be his cup of tea. I don't have the setup, the lighting, the sound, the cadence, the indefatigable 11-hour stretch stamina that he's got. As you can see, this is the best I can do when you just put the camera on and say, go. This is it. I read a few comments and we get through it. Okay? This really is as good as it gets. You see, I have to be editing for hours and sitting here going mental, screaming at my family if they come near the door. Get the fuck away, like that. That's what it means to get a video out. To get one of my videos out, you don't know how long I'm sitting there going, oh, that's bollocks. Say something funny. Nah, it's a couple of minutes. But I do have to go away and procrastinate quite a lot. I'll just think of something, I'll watch a clip, I'll go, oh, blah, 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 blah. That's rubbish. I'll do it again. Walk away for a couple of hours. I'll go for a walk, and that's why it gets dark in my videos. You know, I can't just sit and do it. We've got Keith, who says, this guy's a heavy hitter. It's just perfect. It's everything Mike David says. It just sounds great, and he just so happened to say that couple of things about me, and it just works so well for the intro of my videos. Until one day he prohibits me from doing it, which would be a shame. And we got Lou saying, I love the Daniel Boland show. I think this is the best one. You've tuned in just at the right time, Lou. All right. Okay. What do we got? Tupac was gay AF. Yes, he was. Oh, yeah. Somebody says here, oh, you would be cooked, they've written. I think I said cooked in the video. I said I wouldn't let... I wouldn't let Bonnie Blue cook me on my show the way Andrew Gold did. Now, Andrew Gold handled it pretty well, but Andrew Tate, that was the incredible one. He just couldn't handle himself. He turned into a bumbling wreck. But no, there's no one coming on the Daniel Boland show. The most I did was with Charlie the other day. That was a comment. Somebody wrote to me yesterday and said, oh, you're gushing over Charlie. I wasn't gushing, all right? It just, you don't know who's in my DMs, all right? Some pretty big players are writing to me, and I leave them on red. I don't play this collaboration game with other YouTubers, all right? But Charlie actually wrote to me, and he is someone I've been watching quite a bit of. He'd had like a couple of viral clips recently. And I thought, you know what? That sounds interesting. And I stand by what I say with him. And I'm not gushing. You're gushing over me. You want to wind me up. Right? And it's not working. What was the point? I'm not gushing. There's a point there. It just looks like my screen is frozen. It hasn't frozen, has it? No, it hasn't. It's all fine. No, what was I saying? Yeah. I stand by what I said about Charlie Veach, is that he is doing, I think. Now, you might find him very... a bit obnoxious and crazy, even the way he makes his videos. There is no planning. He just walks around with his phone and just go. And he just says the first thing that comes off the top of his head. Now, that's mental to me. I can't do that. As you saw. But I do admire it. And I do admire, not so much in Barcelona, because nobody was causing any trouble, but in Manchester, in Bradford, where our town centres have been turned into shitholes. And it's not just a clip on X, it's an hour and a half of people throwing bottles, people swearing, people being drunk, vomiting. This is Piccadilly Gardens in Manchester. And a guy, up until recently, wasn't walking around with his two heavies, like everyone says now, oh yeah, with bodyguards. He was walking around on his own up until about a couple of months ago. Right, and there's a couple of incidents where he's actually had to handle himself. Now, that's not gushing. It's me saying what I really think. I think men should have, that should be our job, to sort of, not to go and film it necessarily. It's kind of embarrassing the way everyone's copying Charlie in Manchester. Everyone, like, the whole of Piccadilly Gardens is a YouTube filming ground now. It's like they're all playing Pokemon Go with the drunks and the immigrants. but what they're doing, those people, is what we should all be doing without a camera. Hey, what are you doing lying in your own filth in the middle of a gardens while there's kids playing and old people sitting there? You know? I don't see what. Look, you might disagree with some of this politics. You might disagree with the way he says things sometimes, or whatever. I don't know, but I really don't know what to say about that. That's just genuinely what I think about Charlie Beach. I think he's behaving the way most men should behave. Shouldn't be. If we were all brave enough to challenge these psychos who are running riot on the streets in the UK, we wouldn't have the country. Well, you wouldn't have the country you have. All right, I'm not living there, okay, but I'm watching Charlie Beach's videos, and it's not like you need to live there to see what's happening. Okay, I know people there. I speak to them. It's disgusting. It's a shame, is what it is. It wasn't like that. Even when I was younger, it hadn't got to that point. Certainly wasn't like that when my parents were younger, my grandparents. And I compare it to where I'm living here. Yes. Yeah, sometimes you need to be away from it to see how bad it is, you know? Trying to address a super thanks here. Can't stay on here, but platonically love you. Thank you from FA. There, super thanks. Thank you very much to you. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents on Charlie Beach anyway. For all of you accusing me of gushing. Yeah, and I can't ignore this comment. He made you look short. Charlie's he's massive. He's really big. And he's holding the camera here, and I'm standing in the foreground in most of the shots. And he's holding the camera like at his face level. Yeah, of course I look short. He's 6'5". I am just over 6 foot. So here in Spain, I feel massive. It's really uncomfortable to be around people who are taller than me now. I tower over everyone here in Spain like a Nordic god. Yeah. Come on, where are these comments? I saw loads that I could have had something to say about. I can't find them now. Oh, here we go with the lookalikes. This Daniel fella looks so much like early 90s era Scott Weiland. I can't not see it. It's crazy. Scott Weiland. What's the other one? There's some very unflattering ones. Michael Madsen. God rest his soul. That one's, to be fair, I see that. The more flattering ones are, what's his face? Misha Collins. I like that one. That's like, okay. Less flattering. What's the thing? The thing. Oh, yeah. Manny from Ice Age. You get your few seconds of, the comments. It's not screaming into the void. Not with a person like me, because I'm reading it all, but it's not getting to me. Okay? Which is good. Oh, Matthew Perry. Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah. Yeah. Matthew Perry. I can't deny that one either. What else have we got down here? We must be able to find something. They're all comments from my last two videos that I have. I don't even know what's in here. Oh, here we go. What's happened to your OCD? The sitting room's a mess. Cushions flat, crap on the chair backs. They're blankets for if anyone gets cold. Cushions flat, stuff crap on the chair backs. Time to get the pledge out. Well, I'd like to see your living room. Yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else. What am I supposed to say? It's becoming a distraction, frankly, the background. I'm going to go back to... That's where I used to make the videos, by the way. I used to be sat over there against that window with the blind down. And people used to say I was in a basement. Are they ever going to let you out of the cupboard? Get away from the wall. Get away from the camera. Shut the... You're too close to the wall. It wasn't even a wall. It was un estor, whatever you call them, a blind, right? Get away from the camera. If I get too far away from the camera, you'll not be able to hear me because there are no microphones in this house. Okay, it's too much technology. Okay, I gotta keep things simple here. Front lens of the camera. See, this is why Redbar would hate me. Front lens of the camera, and that's it. And go. And I edit everything on my phone, and I'm not doing anything. I can't. Do you think I have time? With the life I lead, married, children, impossible. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, now this is one I really can't take, right? Oh, okay. So this is a comment on my Will Smith video a couple of weeks ago. Lost on YouTube to be here with another narcissist. They are not the topic, not you. They are the topic, not you. Right? Illiterate narcissist, apparently. They are the topic, not you. Yeah. Oh, this really bothers me. This really bothers me. This is my channel. All right? And yeah, sometimes my little bits can be a bit long-winded. But do you know what? Go onto your Twitter feed, go onto TikTok, watch fast little things. Don't come here for a 25-minute video essay about a couple of clips, because that's what I do. I call it a video essay. Look, that's enough from you. All right, calling me a narcissist. Couldn't be further from the truth. Oh, this is another one. Someone saying here, Russell Brand and Bear Grylls are Freemasons. I don't even... Here's something. Freemasons. What are they? Because I thought they were a secret society. He says here, Freemasonry is a cult where they worship false gods. They see pagan gods as the same as the God of the Bible. I could go on, but it would bore most folks. No, Russell has no belief in the one true God. He is being... Okay, right. What is with the Freemasons? Because here in Spain, last year I was driving around Alicante and I heard on the radio in English an ad for the Freemasons. They said, sign up today for the Freemasons. That's not a secret society. I thought they were like the Illuminati or something. Well, apparently Russell Brand and Bear Grylls are that. Yeah, this is another comment I got on the Bonnie Blue video a lot. People saying she looks 47. I don't know if you've been out recently in the UK. Not here. The girls are they're beautiful. How I've got to be careful what I say. No one I know, but all the girls from where I lived, around 25, started to look very old very fast. And it's because, for some reason, God knows why, in England, girls are obsessed with getting lip filler and cheek filler and stuff like that. I don't see it so much here. You see it a bit. And it just has the opposite effect. It doesn't keep them looking young, it makes them look older. I know everyone's been over this a million times, but everyone's saying Bonnie Blue looks 47. She doesn't. She looks like all 27-year-olds or whatever she is. I've seen loads of them in England that look like that. You know? What's with that? I think it's the lack of exposure to sunlight. I think also here in Spain, we're living in communities that people like keep up appearances, you know? Like just down here on the beach, everyone's down there with their skin out all the time. Everything out. Old people, young people. And I'm not even in the sunniest part of Spain. I'm on the north coast here. It's cloudy a lot of the time. Temperate. But people are out and about. It's really nice, you know? But you have to keep up appearances. Your skin has to be good, I guess, you know. You have to kind of be in shape. Otherwise, you'll be ostracized. I don't know what it is with the filler. Yeah, the filler in the cheeks and the lips in England. It's also with the fake tan, though, as well. I remember at school, all the girls being orange. Getting like orange collars and orange hands. Anyway. What the hell is this? Okay, we've got a super thanks here. Sock, shoe, or sock, shoe. What the hell is that? Oh, you do realize that you have strong narcissistic tendencies from a bookish girl. I'll answer that. Do I? I've got another explanation for it. I've diagnosed myself with something, but I'm not going to tell you all what it is. And it's not one of the bad ones. It's the least bad one of all of the personality disorders. It's the lovable, you have to deal with them, but they'll get there in the end. Oh, Sylvia knows what it is. Yeah. See, this is the problem with some people. I don't respond to most private messages. All right, but Sylvia, there are a few people. All right, who write to me, and I think something they say is worth answering. And Sylvia got in there early, didn't you? And all these years later, and there we are. There she is, laughing at my personality disorders. Somebody's asking something about White Boy Summer here. What did they say? Did you make White Boy Summer on your phone? The video? Not the song. The song's by Hard Archive. They're on Spotify. Hard Archive. And they make a lot of, I think, I don't know if it's AI generated music or what it is. And they're all right, some of the tunes, but after a while you get it. Okay, N-word, N-word. It's funny the first couple of times, hilarious, but yeah, after a while it's like, I get it. Thank you, Jet Jones. No, I don't have downs, no, for those of you who are asking. All right, that's kind of getting out of control. All right, let's see if I've got any more comments. I thought there were some really good ones here that I was going to be able to go into. Jet Jones has asked, why did you move to Spain? Would you recommend? Ooh, I could talk for hours about that. Yes, I would recommend, but I think what people need to understand, where it depends where you're coming from. If you're coming from England, the way of life is 100%, it's completely different. And, I think people come out here and they see these, so if you come to where I'm living, there's these cheap mansions basically out in not too far from the city that you can buy, and people think, oh, that's really cool. Spanish people, if you are 5 minutes from the center of the town, they think you've fallen off the edge of the earth. They're like little zoo animals, and it's great. I love it. They love being close together. They're crazily gregarious. They're very very polite. Everything's, generally speaking, very clean. Again, I'm sure there are exceptions, right? But I've been all over Spain. I've been to lots and lots of cities. And the rule generally is it's extremely clean, extremely safe. The food's amazing. That's something that it doesn't get a good enough rap, the Spanish food. It's just, and it's really basic stuff, but it's everything. They have a whole vocabulary about all the different kinds of meats and fish and seafood that I'm sure it exists in England if you're a connoisseur, but the average person hasn't got a frigging clue about it, right? The way of life's very different here. I mean, I'm living in an apartment here. Where I'm living, to a Spanish person, is the dream. They want to live in an apartment, and they want it to be as close to the center and as close to the amenities, to the facilities and stuff as possible, right? So I'm living here near the beach, close to the center and everything. It's like, you've reached Mecca. I remember my father-in-law got a field 10 minutes away from where I'm living now. And I remember all of his brothers and sisters, my wife's aunts and uncles, all worried about him. Oh, what's he going to do when it rains? When it rains sideways up there, out in the mountains, as though he's moving up to the Himalayas. It's up a hill. It's up the road. It's a very different way of life. If you're used to peace and quiet, I think every man's home is his castle in England. Like here, it's very communal. And I always say that people in Spain are very conformist, and that can be a really good thing and a really bad thing. I think the good outweighs the bad. But for example, in COVID, if you were like me, not putting your mask on and stuff, there was a lot of pressure. People hated you for not conforming and not complying with the rules. But for the most part, I think it's a good thing. You know, people don't tolerate antisocial behavior here. You've seen in Torre Pacheco, right? The town in Murcia, in the south of Spain. I know I'm doing the Pedro Pascal thing. I'm self-aware. It's part of my personality disorder. In Torre Pacheco, in this town, there were a couple of incidents where old men got beaten up by immigrants, and the whole town just took up arms. I'm sure some of you have seen videos, I can't remember what town it was from, videos recently, over the last couple of days, of migrants rocking up on the shore here in Spain, and Spanish people just chasing them down the beach. They're extremely, they don't like anyone to step out of line. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. But it's like, if you are not a conformist, if you're a little bit, you lead a bit of an alternative lifestyle, you might find it difficult to fit in Spain. I found that. Coming over here as a 19-year-old vegetarian. I tried to start a protest against the bullfighting. A one-man protest, age 19. Did not go well. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question. I love it here. You know, quality of life is fantastic, I think. Some people are latching on. Oh God, wow, this is a good comment. Okay. You are such a fragile little fascist. That neck looks something like something you can't do much about because you're in your 50s. Believe me, I know. You better keep that camera as high as you can from now on. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's the kind of thing. As I say, water off a duck's back. I'll be fine about that. That's not going to affect me at all, not even slightly. Oh, the same guy. I felt like I would give you a chance. He's commented on my James O'Brien video here. I thought I'd give you a chance. You did seem funny, very funny at first glance. Now I know you're just a very boring. You're just very boring. Fascists always are. See, again, it's the politics that bothers them. I don't see what's fascistic about my content. Oh, my opinion on Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau, Rachel asks. I don't know. Is there anything? They were seen together, weren't they? That's about it. I was more interested in Orlando Bloom and his midlife crisis, but that seems to have blown over a bit, I would say. There's not much else to say about it until something happens. But yeah, Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau. I can't imagine what they'd have to talk about with one another. You know? Okay, I don't know. Very, very, very hollow people. I guess they've got that in common. They seem that way. They don't seem to have much inside, you know. And I know I say this a lot, but it is true. There are a lot of people walking around like, you know, with this again persona, but it is a persona. With Katy Perry, this I don't even know what she's saying half the time. Justin Trudeau, it was all an act. It always was. You see that? Has anyone seen that video? I'm sure a lot of you have seen the video of Justin Trudeau when his brother died. He's there with his mother. His mother's insane, by the way. I've shown her in a few videos. What's her name? Margaret, is it? That's a very creepy video. Very psycho vibes from Justin Trudeau and his mother. You kind of look like Pedro Pascal. No, I don't. I look like Gene Triplehorn. That's who I look like. Nothing else. What else have we got? What's your doggy called? Leo, I thought we'd established that. Katy Perry, the astronaut. She must be fascinating. Yeah. Yeah. Another comment here on the Bonnie Blue video. I hate her. I hate her and the normies in the comments. Both parties are hiding something. You're all insufferable hypocrites. I mean, I don't know. I don't think most people watching me have done 1,000-man, even 100-man shagathons a la Lily Phillips. I don't reckon. Have you? Let me know. Are you planning to? I've actually, on a serious note, I've actually heard women having serious conversations. I don't know if they're serious, maybe they're joking, talking about doing OnlyFans because they really think they're going to make a killing out of it. I think I heard somewhere the other day the average is 180 £180 a month or something, $180 a month that they get. It's like starting a YouTube channel. You never know how well it's going to go, but at least at least all your orifices aren't exposed, or only one of them. Two. Oh God, I can't avoid the chat. All right, yeah, I can see all of you asking about the Jane Eyre review. The book reviews was part of my attempt to feel something. I don't know. It was at the beginning of my time as a YouTuber, wasn't it? If you don't count the English videos, which shall not be mentioned, they've all been memory hold. Yeah, the Jane Eyre. I can tell you what I think about Jane Eyre. It's not going to be a review, but it's one of those books that you think about quite a lot. Forever. It reminded me of, I saw a clip of Harry Potter today. The way Jane Eyre was treated by her adopted family, her cousins, weren't they? You know, very sad. Oh, it's a very melancholic thing. But am I going to go into book reviews again? I'm no good at it. There ain't no Jane Eyre video. I'll have to do one on Patreon, won't I, or something. I'll get ChatGPT to help me with it. Oh God, can't be bothered getting all emotional. Oh, my videos are supposed to be fun now. That's the idea. I'm going to ignore the chat now, unless you know. Oh, these comments are crap. Not your comments in the chat. They're doing just fine. They're helping with the algorithm. We're all very happy about that. I've just realized. Oh, God, there's some people I've been speaking to for years and I don't even know their names. No. Okay, I mean, that's just too far. People talking about honor killings, honestly, on the bunny. No, we can't have that. So there's just a mixture of stuff I can't read out and stuff I don't want to read out there. Any final thoughts, anybody, in the chat? Because we've been going for a long time. God, nearly 2 hours, 1.5, 1 3/4 hours. This is basically a Redbar episode. What am I doing here? Sort this out. Okay, so this has gone pretty well. Well, I've had a great time. A lovely time. The chat's disappeared. So I need to get a new computer. Okay. All right. I can see it. The quality is really bad as well. How do I improve this for future lives? I don't know. The aspect, it's all like stretched. Why is that happening? I asked ChatGPT, but it did not help. Anyway, yeah. All right. Okay. I can see your closing remarks here. Very good. Thank you all for being here. And, I think I'll do this from time to time. So get your questions ready for the next one. Start writing some creative comments. Maybe I should look at them in terms of relevance, in order of relevance, instead of, the ones that got the most likes. Maybe I'll do that next time. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, we've all had a lovely time. I've had a great time. And I'll be back to normal video making in the next couple of days. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'll escape and I'll, make my excuses. And I'll get a video done. I'll get a video done. I'm sorry to any of you who've just got here. You've got to... you can go back and watch the whole thing. There's a lot of silence, me skimming through comments. But it was great. Anyway, thanks to everyone who's watched. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, everybody. I'll see you. Goodbye. How do I turn this off? I can't remember. God, it's been years since I've done a live. I can't remember how to end this.